And if that could go right into a computer, we would have absolute dominance over the aircraft. We have received that technology by back engineering alien technology.
Now, Colonel Corso talks about that in his book.
As a matter of fact, a scientist friend of mine Xeroxed it and sent it to me and says, sound familiar? Knowing that I've done that.
Do you think more scientists and military officers are going to be able to come forward in the near future to back up people like yourself and Corso? And
I think so. I think.
Are they that paranoid of losing their retirement to not make that?
Yeah, I think they are paranoid about losing their retirement. But you see, I am precariously, ill, and I don't know if there's that much to lose by telling as much of the truth as I can without violating my national security oaths. I'm pushing on that door a little hard because there are many scientists who need some extra information to make their breakthroughs. And I can't give it to them legally until I'm given permission.
And don't you feel that a lot of people, including even Jackie Kennedy, went to their deathbed not making any deathbed statements of what they knew regarding the ET subject because they were concerned about what would happen with their children? Is that why so many...
Absolutely. And Jackie Kennedy died at the time she generally went to sleep. So it was obviously that she was given an OD of morphine. My late wife, her father was a friend of and a business partner of Joe Kennedy Sr. And their compound was right next to Hyannisburg, so I did know the Kennedys through my wife, and I miss my son. It's very hard for a parent to bury both his wife and his son. Anyway, sorry I got off the track there. But if you go back to some of the things you've learned, I can make some a little bit more than what you've said. I can try and put it into a frame of reference for you.
Well, a lot of people...
For the people who are watching.
You had mentioned the Dulce base and some others that you might have been a consultant in. There's a lot of horror stories about what went on in Dulce. I've been able to confirm and been out to Dulce myself that a lot of what people speculated on Dulce, bits and pieces of fact, were intertwined with some science fiction there, but there was an alien base in Dulce. For my own self-awareness and truth-seeking, I was able to, through sources, confirm that place did exist.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, a lot of people still to this day think it's science fiction, and that's up to them.
I've been accused of writing science fiction too, but it's funny how science fiction
becomes
in hours becomes science fact.
What could you tell us about...
I have never written a word of science fiction, or the only fiction in my book is my own funeral. And that is how I would react to women with mascara leaning over a nice new suit. What
would you, can you expound it all?
in the book.
It's a very interesting book.
It is. It's worth reading. It's worth reading. And all the benefits are going to a children's non-profit foundation.
That's another... A lot of people have speculated that it doesn't go to a children's foundation, and I have been able to get confirmation on that, and you have the documents.
I got the documents right here. It's being watched by the IRS, and you know lately the IRS is not anybody to fool around with.
It is a confirmed non-profit organization going to children's charities. So
to a children's charity, which is aligned with the new
I can assure you that Dr. Wolf is not a wealthy man, but a highly intelligent man. That
I have holes in my slippers.
he didn't put this book together just to make a name for himself or $1 million.
And I'm not interested in either money, as you can see, but I'm not also interested in recognition or invitations to go lecture. My lecturing days are over.
What can you tell us?
My studies aren't.
Can you
Working on dolphins now, dolphins and whales.
Can
Because
you-
Carl Sagan did say that there is an alien life form present on this planet, and he said it's in the sea.
Well, the biggest alien, even Ted Koppel on Nightline talked about it, is considered God, for that matter.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about what went on in Dulce? Or I know the base has been closed down now, but can you give us any details about the Dulce base or others without breaking too much of your security oath, or is that just too secret?
What kind of horror stories did you hear?
The Benowitz and the other people that the abductees say they've been down there, and the people that have used to work there supposedly said they saw the bats with human body parts. Is there any truth to that?
No. There's a lot of sci-fi coming out of that. There was some horrific experiments that were for mental control, i.e. Benowitz and others, a la Manchurian Candidate, but much more sophisticated, with what are called psionics and psychotronics, both machines and chemical control over the human brain.
What was the reason?
The angels aren't playing the harp in Alaska, by the way.
What was the reason they closed down the Dulce base?
Well, primarily it was an Indian reservation, and they really, technically, the Indians told them that you paid us already, the lease is up. And there was too much misinformation coming out of it, so it was a question of shifting a lot of that to other underground facilities.
Now, there's speculation that, in fact, Dr. Boylan has talked about all these underground tunnel systems through Colonel Wilson, who's expounding on his background with information on different secret agendas and secret projects and such. Did you ever go through any of these underground tunnel systems in these fast, high-speed shuttle systems?
Yes, not quite maglev on Sequest DSV, but very similar. Magnetic, electromagnetic, like a BSDI electromagnetic launcher. These weren't bullet trains. These were unbelievably fast.
And these tunnels are all over the Southwest.
Yeah, and the funny thing is that the digging equipment absorbed and made the walls out of what they were digging through, including rock. This was technology we didn't have. But technology, once we learned to produce it and use it, we did very well.